Happening today, voters in 15 states will head to the polls today to cast their ballots in the Republican presidential primary. Washington correspondent Rashawn Hudson brings us the details on the race.
Super Tuesday is here, and Nikki Haley is hoping to gain ground on former President Trump, who is inching closer to the Republican presidential nomination. Nikki Haley is urging voters in Super Tuesday states to go to the polls today.
We can either have more of the same, or we can go in a new direction.
Haley is telling voters to reject her former boss.
But chaos follows him. And we can't be a country in disarray and a world on fire and go through 4 more years of chaos. We won't survive it.
It's a big step toward unification.
Monday, the Supreme Court handed former President Trump a victory, ruling he cannot be removed from any state ballots over his actions leading up to the January 6th Capitol attack. But today, voters will decide his fate.
I don't want to win this way. Look, I want to win based on my policies are better.
Meanwhile, activists in states like Minnesota are pushing those headed to Democratic primary polls today to vote uncommitted in protest of President Biden's handling of the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza.
We all want this conflict to end as soon as possible.
Both Biden and Trump are both already looking ahead to a rematch in November. Reporting in Washington, Rashawn Hudson, back to you.
Meanwhile, here at home, the candidates running for California's open U.S. Senate seat are making their final push with prospective voters. Adam Schiff made his final Bay Area campaign stops on Monday. Schiff toured small businesses in San Francisco and in San Jose, where he was joined by Mayor Matt Mahan. He talked about his platform and what he's promising if chosen by voters to be the state's next senator.
We need to do so much more to bring people back downtown, not only in San Jose, but in each of the big cities throughout California. And there's a lot that I think the federal government can do.
In the meantime, Congresswoman Katie Porter held her campaign event at Manny's in the Mission yesterday. Republican Steve Garvey had no public campaign events over the weekend. And Oakland's Barbara Lee spent the weekend in Southern California. Reporter Chris Wolf spoke with some SoCal voters who cast their ballot on Monday.
Drop boxes, polling centers, and public appearances.
We are the Tigers, mighty, mighty Tigers.
Candidates in major races are in the home stretch, urging people to get out and vote just hours away from primary election day. We asked voters about their major concerns.
There are a lot of candidates that have a lot of very similar viewpoints, which makes me very optimistic. It might not have to be the candidate that I necessarily picked.
I can share some of the ones I voted for, which would be Steve Garvey and Donald Trump.
Republican Steve Garvey has surged into the lead in the primary race for U.S. Senate, with Democratic Representative Adam Schiff close behind, according to a new UC Berkeley LA Times poll. That means the two contenders for Dianne Feinstein's Senate seat would face off in the general election in November. Rounding out the survey, Representatives Katie Porter and Barbara Lee.
At first, they've never polled a lot of people that I know who are supporting myself. Gen Z for Change, young people, black and brown people. You know, you've got to understand these polls. They're a snapshot in time. And who is polled?
The challenge today is not that people aren't working. The problem is they're working harder than ever and still can't afford to get by.
I think it's really, really important that people make their voices heard. We have really important things on the ballot.
If you stand with me, maybe we can make a difference and improve the quality of your life and bring back the luster of this state.